People, hello there, Jake Paulers. Today we are talking about the difference between, or critiques. Let's put it this way. We're going to talk about the difference between receiving criticism and receiving hatred. Probably pretty much what I had already said. Okay, so recently there's been a lot of drama on VidMe and on YouTube. VidMe, there's been drama on, between certain creators, basically, is all it really is. And there's drama between big people on YouTube, obviously, that almost everybody hears about and it turns into a meme. Right now, Jake Paul's the big deal. Now, the problem is, a lot of times when these people that are getting criticism get the criticism, they start complaining about the haters. Now, for instance, when Jake Paul released his music video, It's Everyday Bro, there was a lot of people that came out insulting it because of things like this.
I'm talking about you begging for attention, talking shit on Twitter too, but you still hit my phone last night. It was 4:52 and I got the text to prove, and all the recordings too.
There's a lot to criticize there. There's a lot to criticize. And then there's things like this.
No, it's Nick Crumpton and my collar stay popping. Yes, I can rap, and no, I'm not from Compton. England is my city.
England's not a city. At least not in England, as far as I can tell. Just stupid. And then, as I referenced in the beginning of this video, there was a guy that I actually dealt with, Mr. A.T. Andre.
Peace out, you motherfuckers.
And he is still calling people haters. He was another person where people criticized him for abusing the system, breaking the rules, and he called them haters because he was breaking the rules. They were haters. They weren't criticizing his bad behavior. They were haters. H3H3, not criticizing, not critiquing Jake Paul's content or bad behavior. They're just hating on it because they're jealous. They don't act like kids on their I don't understand what are they hating on you for? What, like, they just don't like you because they don't want to like you? As far as I can tell, it seems like only the people that are really full of themselves will act like this, will have this mentality of, yeah, I couldn't possibly have somebody take issue with something I did for a legitimate reason. It doesn't make any sense. So, it must mean that in reality, they're just jealous. So they choose to hate on me because they can't be me. And that's not the case. By that theory, that means that every person that reviews movies doesn't actually dislike the movies. They just want to be the person that made that movie. Just like there's a lot of problems with the behavior, there's a lot of problems with that mentality. So here's what it boils down to, really, is what's the difference between criticism and hatred? Criticism is constructive. Even if it's said in an aggressive way, it's still criticism. You can be, aggressively correcting somebody's behavior or whatever, but it doesn't mean it's hatred. Just being a hater is normally, like, unfounded. Like, you're trying to find fault in things because you don't like the person. You try and find fault in the things they do. That's kind of what it boils down to. If you have somebody that actually provides legitimate criticism, look at your content and evaluate based on their criticism. If you have somebody who's just saying things for the sake of saying them, then you have a hater. But you have to actually analyze that yourself. Analyze how you feel about your content. Analyze how you feel about whatever your critique is coming from, your criticism is coming from. If it's coming from somebody about how you behave as a person, that's not them being a hater. That's just them giving you an understanding maybe about why some people maybe have a problem with your behavior. And I know I'm kind of making this about A.T. Andre and Jake Paul, it sounds, because I'm specifically talking about these two right now, but this goes for all people like this in the situation, because Leafy kind of fell into this a while back. iDubbbz kind of falls into this, because iDubbbz goes very aggressive when he criticizes somebody for their behavior, when he does the content cops and all. And I almost feel like what he's doing right now with his channels is kind of like asking someone to attack him, to roast him. But no one did it. No one really did it that was worth going after, I guess. So he just has left it alone. I almost feel like it was goading somebody into going at him so he can make another content cop. Anyway, the long and short here is essentially just, if you get criticism from somebody, don't just immediately dismiss it because it goes against how you feel about what you've done or what you feel about who you are or whatever. Actually take it to heart and consider the possibility that their criticism might be legitimate. They might have an actually good reason for saying what they're saying, and they may actually help you improve upon what you're doing. Jake Paul's Everyday Bro was hot trash. Everyday Bro was hot trash.
It was 4:52 and I got the text approved and all the recordings too.
They just crammed all of these words into this section because they couldn't figure out how to make a rhyme work there. That is my criticism. That is really bad. That was really bad sounding. I mean, here's the thing. You know why a lot of people now, there's a lot of people that like modern rap and hip hop, but there's a lot of people like myself that while I don't like older rap, I can at least respect it. It stood for something. There was actual messages in the music, and it wasn't just,
yo, look at me banging all these chicks and look at the cars I'm riding in. I'm like the Floyd Money Mayweather of the rap game. I got money and don't care about anything else.
The way you grow mentally is by learning experiences. You have to experience things and learn from it. If you decide that anyone that disagrees with you or anyone that says anything to you about your content or makes anything about your content that is not what you want to hear is a hater, then you're not going to get better. And people like Jake Paul, for instance, in this situation, he doesn't really care so much because his fan base just will listen to whatever he does, and it will be great. His fan base will just love whatever he does because they're all very young and very impressionable. Just think about when Justin Bieber was popular. Justin Bieber, any song he put out was the best song ever. It was so great. It was, I don't know, lit, freaking whatever. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys kind of get where I'm coming from here. I hope maybe I've been able to help clear some of this stuff up because I want to help prevent this stuff from getting worse in the future too. I want to help let some people know that maybe become bigger later down the road. That this is not how you behave. This is not how you learn from your experiences. You don't learn from other people by having them not come talk to you at your college. You don't learn from other people's experience or other people's situations by not listening to them. You don't learn anything from somebody by shutting them up. So as you can see, this kind of applies to a lot of other areas, not just YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.